welcome to Signal to Noise. Today we've got my 1978 Tokai Springy Sound ST42. This is a bit new for us, we haven't really done any guitar reviews before, so let us know in the comments if this is the sort of thing you want to see from us. Hit like if you like the video, subscribe if you're not, and enjoy. So Tokai founded in the 40s originally, but the period of their guitar making life that most of us are really interested in began around 1976. And that's when they started to make these, the Springy Sound guitars. At the time, Fender's quality control was a little bit in question. The Fender guitars that were being made were a bit heavy. The shapes had even changed slightly from what we were getting in the 50s and 60s, that sort of golden period that we all look back to in Fender. And Tokai saw a bit of a gap in the market for a really nicely made replica that could be bought at a reasonable price, which is where these guitars came. As I say, that started in 1976. This particular one's from 1978 and is an ST42. 42 in this case refers to the number of 1,000 yen that the guitar would have cost at the time of purchase. So you could buy an ST42, ST50, all the way up to I think around an ST120, which was quite a different guitar. So 42,000 yen, I am led to believe from the internet, relates to around about £430 at the time of making this video. So a relatively inexpensive guitar really, even at the time. So the two guitars that Tokai allegedly got hold of to make the templates and drawings and stuff to make these guitars were a 1954 Strat and 1962 Strat. This one obviously being based on the 1954 with a one-piece maple neck rather than the rosewood fretboard. So this one has had a couple of things done in its life. It's had a bad refinish and a good refret. It's worth bearing in mind that the frets on these were tiny from the factory, and at 45 years old a lot of them will be quite badly worn, so if you are looking at one of these it's worth seeing if it's been refretted or just sort of factoring that into the budget really. They've also got a vintage radius fretboard, so this has got a 7 1/4 inch radius, which a lot of us are not really used to, so worth bearing that in mind. There are various pickups that come in these. They have a letter denomination on the bottom of them. This has got the U stamped pickups, which I think were the cheapest ones and went in the cheapest guitars. They do sound great to me, but some people will tell you that the E stamped pickups are a little bit better. I haven't tried both, so I couldn't tell you, but as I say, these are great sounding set of pickups. I've changed a couple of other things. I had the volume pot die on me very recently. It was about a week ago, so that's been changed. Actually looked like when I went in there somebody had already changed it once, so in 45 years that's obviously taken a bit of hammer. And I've changed the tuners. These are some more fitting 50s style tuners. It had some big square 70s looking ones which not only weren't working very well, but they didn't look great to me. But yeah, other than that, this is basically a stock guitar which is 45 years old. So, in summary, I really like this guitar. I got this in 2020 and it cost around £550, which at the time was about the same price as a Fender Player Series guitar. Obviously it's up to you whether the Player Series would appeal more with the more modern features, larger frets, different fretboard radius and stuff. But what you do get with this is a 45-year-old guitar, a really interesting piece of history that feels properly worn in. Let us know what you think, if you've ever owned a vintage guitar or a Japanese guitar, and if you have enjoyed this, please just give us a like, subscribe, and if you hit the bell, then you'll be notified when we make more videos. Thanks. Well, we got the outtakes. Right. I've never been very good at clapping, you know. I don't know why. It's hard, no? It's hard work.